welcome to this Aquarius inspired reading for November 2025. I am working with the symbolism of the tarot and the symbolism of Western astrology to assist you maybe in some self-reflection, to provide a picture, a new perspective, and some new thoughts maybe to develop in your situation. I am not a fortune teller. I am not telling you your future. I am merely providing, as I said, a perspective that you might be able to work with and might use as some inspiration. So let's see what we can find here today. First part of the reading, as always, a general energy. Second part of the reading is a relationship dynamic. So let's get started. We have, the Lust card. I love it. That is in the Rider-Waite Tarot. This is the Strength card. In this deck, it's called the Lust card. And it is really speaking about a gentle force, an archetypal feminine force to tame a beast, to tame an instinct, to tame a passion, to tame a drive. So this is also speaking about the feminine or female sex drive in a way, but at the same time it's like this also all devouring, all accepting type of female force that still can direct the brute forces that come towards her. So this is a really courageous, powerful and driven card, and at the same time we are very capable of direct our passions, direct our maybe even a little bit of animalistic aggressive energies, and to be able to guide them and tame them in a way as well. So it's a very beautiful card, and we are very free in this sense, but at the same time controlled. We have a sense of direction, we have a sense of acceptance, and we have a sense of receiving as well. So we work also with the forces that come towards us. And we're open, of course, to experience and open to showing ourselves in our full power as well. She is taming the lion here, made out of different types of personalities or heads, which are supposed to represent different types of creatures or people or personalities. It's not necessarily only genders, because this is also, there's also women in these type of faces that you can see here in the lion head. So she knows how to handle all these layers of her personality as well, and to kind of tame them and therefore create a very strong life force and movement forward. So when we have this card, we can really be passionate about something. We have like a long-lasting force as well. We know how to kind of nurture our flame, our drive that moves us forward, and to not burn out, but not also let it over burn, everything. So it's a very nice card. Maybe you're dealing with a Leo. It's also a Leo card. We have a Three of Swords. It makes a lot of sense, because those type of moments often initiate or ignite some sort of passion within us. With the Three of Swords, we might have had some experiences or situations or a moment where some truths showed us our wounds or triggers. That's how I like to see it. Some information, maybe some communication coming towards us, hitting some spots that are, let's say, sore maybe. Because with the Three of Swords, it's often read as this heartbreak card where everything is shattered. I don't think it's that at all. It's much more of a card that shows us our sore or our wounded spots or our scarred spots in our psyche, mostly, because the swords speak of the psyche and also of the mental plane. So out of that, often we create a sort of drive. It's a little bit of a maybe fleeing type of situation, but in this case I think we can still control that impulse. We can control that reaction. I feel like this last card is very much a reaction to some wounds being exposed or some scars being exposed that don't have to be fresh wounds, if you know what I mean. It doesn't have to be somebody coming in and hurting you, or something coming in and hurting you fresh, you know, and cut you. It's more like, oh, there is something that feels uncomfortable and I'm kind of making a decision to look at it, and it might be painful, but it's still a process of being aware and of maybe healing even. In this case, it's a really good thing because it kind of gives us some spark to move forward, and at the same time we have 3 of Swords, next card 4 of Swords, or the picture is, you know, the last card is here in the middle. And we go from a 3 to 4, which is of course a very nice logical step. And even though it's interesting, even though we might have quite an intense reaction to something, we know how to at the same time let ourselves mentally process that, which would be the 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords for me is a card of mental processing, giving yourself the space, the time, the rest that you need. Maybe it's even a card of, I like to call it like my napping card, you know, take a nap, or just lay down and relax and don't think too much proactively about a thing. If thoughts happen, let them happen by themselves. It's also clearing muddy waters within your mind, so that you can see clear again. And it is a card of truce. It's called truce in the English language deck, and it is a card where we really step back and we get ready, because the truce is often not an end of a challenge. It's often just like a step back to regain your mental power mostly, and this is about regaining mental power. It seems like this whole reading is a process of really closing out a big I want to say act in your life, not chapter, not book. It's like, it's more than that. It's like a whole story is over with the World card, and it is a good ending. You know, the World card or the Universe card in this deck is a happy ending. It's really like, oh, we are arriving at this happy place where we are totally open and ready for this new way of experiencing life, of experiencing self, of experiencing our identity. And therefore, which I find interesting also in this reading, is that we have these 2 very free, expressive women that are also naked, of course, and they are just very strong at the same time. It's not a nakedness of vulnerability, it's quite the opposite. It's very courageous, very free, very open, and very powerful, and they're kind of the same figure in a sense, and they're both taming some sort of animal. The Universe card is taming here the or she's dancing actually with the snake of transformation. She knows how to deal with all the truths that are shown that are shining on her, and she's really ready to transform into this new self. And it is an ecstatic dance. It's not something scary. It's not anything that scares her anymore. She's ready. And they're both women, and even if you're not, you know, identifying as a female, it is an energy that is very strong and very powerful and very free and very open and expressive. And it is not afraid. There is really no fear. At the same time, with all this power, we still know we need to get our mind in order. We need to take some space to rest mentally, and we need to give ourselves a chance to also clear our minds, and this is the 4 of Swords. We love that. Okay, so let's look at relationships. This could be any relationship, doesn't have to be romantic, but of course it can be a romantic relationship or a love interest. But in general, it is people that you're attracting, or that you're mirroring, or that are mirroring you. So let's see. On the table already we have Libra very strongly, 2 Libra cards, and a Leo card. So maybe that's, you know, something to put into consideration. Oh, this other person. All right. Oh, the Temperance card in the reverse. Well, maybe you're also dealing with a Sagittarius. Temperance in reverse, yeah, it's a little tricky because somebody has maybe a little bit of a hard time doing things in a balanced way. Either they go too fast or too slow, or it's all a little extreme, and you can sense that something within them is not balanced or healed, if you want to call it that. But yeah, there is an imbalance of some sort. In the Temperance card, when it's in the reverse, we have a hard time finding the right amount, finding the right solution, finding the right balance of this kind of stop and go. You know, it's like either you're doing too much on one hand, it's just tipping over, and it is really about balancing out this fire and this water energy. So this forward drive, instinctive movement that is also represented by this Lust card, and this receptive, more sensitive and more accepting inner emotional realm, I want to say, of calmness. And that's for somebody hard, it seems like. Maybe somebody is just for themselves kind of imbalanced, or you have an effect on them, could be, of course, which is sometimes not necessarily our intention or fault, but it can happen. That makes a lot of sense. Page of Presents, which is the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, or Page of Discs, and it makes a lot of sense that we are like, I'm not sure if I want to move into this direction with a person, or work on it, or if I can invest in something or see something grow. This could very well also be a working relationship where, like, I don't want to work with a person who is so a little chaotic, maybe, or not very evened out, and you're not sure if you can learn from them either, because the Page of Pentacles is also somebody who looks at a situation and is like open to learn, open to learn how to grow their own, let's say, garden, or grow their resources. It could be money, it could be skills, it could be everything that is a very real education. It could be all these kinds of things. And if it's a relationship or a romantic relationship, it's also like, okay, let's start small and see how this can grow, and let's just invest and see how this can grow. But it seems like this type of energy here is not giving you this fertile ground to put your investments in, or your seeds, you know. So this is maybe why you're holding back, or why you're in general holding back from people these days that are just chaotic, or where you can tell, oh, there is so much issues still going on. With the Temperance card in the reverse, it could just be like a person where you're like, oh wow, you have some healing work to do, and you really, it's not my responsibility. That's just it's going to be very hard to build something stable with a person, either if it's work or relationship, if they have this kind of chaotic energy within them. And the Temperance card is a major arcana card, so this is a big card, one of the important cards that kind of overrules the other cards as well. And the little Page of Presents here, he's like, no, I'm not sure. I love this card. It's so cute, this little guy. Anyway, yeah, he's very practical little dwarf who is not putting his workload into anything that is too, let's say, crazy. Okay. The King of Presents. Well, that's nice though. And the Two of Presents. There is a lot of earth energy in this relationship reading. And it's really talking about how can we build something stable, maybe long-lasting, maybe something of value, something sustainable. And it is a little bit of a juggle, it seems like right now, because there is a sense with the King of Presents or King of Pentacles that there is a lot of worth and value and established energy in both of these parties. That's the mirroring card. So this is what actually connects you with another person, that both have this within them. Some people, you know, are just really good at manifesting, and maybe they manifest out of chaos, or they have a very, very untraditional way of doing things, and it still works because they just know how to make it work. They know how to work with this imbalance. They know how to work with this chaos, and they still achieve their goals. They still are safe within themselves, and maybe safety for them and stability and security and established energy is achieved in a different way, and is also maybe something else than for you. But it seems like the reality of it is that both people here are very stable. It's a little bit of a cryptic reading because I cannot really find the, you know, the key here to why this is somewhat out of balance. Because the reality of things is it's really not. It's very stable. But it seems like we don't really know how to take these steps on the way. That could be also the Two of Pentacles or the Two of Presents here in the reverse, where we're just like, oh, what is the next step? There's this new thing, and or there's this interaction, and I kind of juggle these different things to do, and it kind of gets me out of balance a little bit. And also what comes through very intuitively is don't fix what's not broken. Don't try to fix something that's not broken. Because it's called deconstructing something often, and then it is broken. Believe me, I do this in my art all the time. Yeah, let's see. I want to just pull one more card because I don't really have the whole Two of Wands, Two of Candles in the reverse. There is some sort of doubtful or energy or indecisiveness or hesitance or incapability of doing the right thing in the moment, or of gaining control over the moment. There is some kind of a question mark of what to do. I'm not sure why. And we also don't have a lot of Swords cards. I mean, we do in your general reading, but they are all also suggesting like, okay, take a rest. It's fine to not know right now exactly what to do. It's fine to take your time, to listen to your natural drive that shows you a more instinctive way of moving forward. And it's fine to not try to strategize it. And it's also fine to, you don't have to force an answer or an understanding. And I know that's hard for Aquarius to do. But it seems like right now there's nothing you can do or you need to do even. Let's see, one oracle card maybe can give us a cutting through. Okay, we had that before already. Cutting through with the universe card is a good match because that's also ending something. 49. Cutting through, it's water energy, so tapping more into our feelings. The resolution of the path of the self, decisive action in all areas, practicality, real action related to destiny. All right. I think the action-oriented part of this is that we don't need to strategize too much. We either need to act or not act. Not acting is also a decision, you know, it's not doing nothing, is also a decision we make. And it's a pretty clear decision actually. So this is really, I think, about trying to gain more control over the moment and also maybe deciding that there is nothing to do sometimes. For some reason, that's really coming through. That there is nothing to think about, nothing to strategize, nothing to plan out, because the moment will show you how to take the next step. Yeah, it's a confusing reading, I have to say. Because there is a lot of drive with this last card, but at the same time we might have the feeling that we don't know what to do with all this energy, and that is also mentally draining, and therefore we need to go into this Four of Swords cocoon. But that's okay, it's okay, it's okay. You're closing this out, so 2:22 on the clock, it is okay. All right, my dears, please check out the description box and like, subscribe, comment if you're interested in these readings or in the other things that I do. I'm a musician also and an artist, so check out the description box, like, subscribe, comment, and come back next time. And until then, have a great time and thank you.